Imagine a social network built for you, not for profit. Imagen Network puts control back in your hands, combining AI-driven personalization with blockchain-backed ownership. Your data, your content, your rules. Create stunning content, build genuine connections, and monetize your work, all in a decentralized, transparent platform where privacy is prioritized. Ready to experience social networking reimagined? Join Imagen.network today and take control of your digital world. Imagen Network, empowering connections, redefining ownership.
So let's first before we get to those, let me I want to talk about Boosie with you. Okay. Boosie took a plea deal with the FEDS, and he's gonna be going away for some time. Possibly, I was hearing anywhere from 3 to 4 years about that. You know, they were offering him something much greater, but he, as he said, he was tired of fighting. He wanted to go ahead and take this deal and just get it over with. What's your thoughts on him going back to the FEDS, man? Again,
I'm sure it's not something he wanted to do, but Boosie's a very it's a different situation with him, because this man was literally on death row. Like, he was staring his demise straight in the face. I'm sure for months and maybe even years on end, he thought he was going to die in there, or maybe he kept hope that he wasn't. He ended up not dying in there and got a second chance. You know what I mean? Got a second lease on life. So I'm thinking that when he looked at this situation, this ain't nothing but some lunch to me. You mean to tell me I don't have to spend the rest of my life in here? All right, well, I know I'm built for the shit. I was sitting on death row, for crying out loud. So let me go in here. Let me eat up these couple of years. Let me, you know what I mean, take my losses and go ahead and chalk it up. Do what I got to do, eat this time up and keep it moving. Could it be me? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? I'll be wanting to fight and get the fuck up out of it as much as I could, but at the risk of possibly doing more time. So I guess Bootsy was like, you know what? I'm going to take my losses. I'm going to take these on the chin. I'm going to keep it moving, do a couple of years. It ain't worse than, you know what I mean, where I was in the past. So I'm going to do it and get up out of there. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, well, yeah, real talk. I mean, yeah, like you said, man, you go from death row to thinking you're going to die and never come home. Like, think about those thoughts you have in every day. Like, this is it. It's over with. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to be able to go in the refrigerator. I'm never going to be able to have a woman. All this stuff. And now it's like a little 3 years. Just like, of course, you don't want to do it because, you know, he's touring and he's making money. He's building lakes and shit, putting ponds in a lake. Like, he's out here flourishing. Mm-hmm. But, you know, to me, I think it's kind of sad at the end of the day, because this is a man that's been shot at umpteen times. Shot. You know, he's one of those rappers that still have to kind of go to those venues. Though, you know, he's in and out of them hood spots.
Yep.
Where, you know, he could put, not to say that he's, you know, he don't got a lot of money, but it's like he's going in, you know, for 20K in a hole in the wall.
Yep.
He coming through it, and, you know, he might be anywhere down south. Them dudes down there is holding choppers like it's water guns. Yep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, you can't blame the dude for having pistols. My only thing will be, dude, just get some security. Mm-hmm. T.I. said he in one of his songs back in the day, he spent $500,000 on security per year when he was doing the paper trail joint. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. You gotta, but I don't blame him. Like, I'd rather have my life, you know what I mean, and do a few years,
right,
than be put in the box and be worried about going to jail and shit. But you fuck around and get killed. Right. Now I gotta have this protection on me. You know what I mean? Regardless, and he can't have it legally because he's a felon,
right?
Which I think that it needs to be some reform with all of that. But that's kind of how I feel about the situation, man. It's just a sad situation.
And I think he knew that too. Like, I think that he'd rather be sitting here with at least literally light at the end of the tunnel in 3 or 4 years than to be, you know what I mean, in a box. Rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You know what I mean? So I think he kind of just took the risk and understood the risk, got caught, and it is what it is. But if given the opportunity again, do we think that Bootsy in 3 or 4 years isn't going to get out and still carry, you know what I mean, weapons if he's going into these areas and making his money for his protection? You're out of your goddamn mind. Hopefully he smartens up a little bit and gets people that are legally allowed to move like that and, you know what I mean, move forward. You got the money. You said T.I. spent $500K. I think that's $500K well invested. You know what I'm saying? Because he walks out of there with his life and ain't nothing on him. Ain't nothing in his hands. So I think Boosie needs to take heed of that and 3 or 4 years, I'm sure he'll still have his personality will not allow him to be broke. So he'll still be getting shows and doing different things because of who he is. So hopefully he can learn from that.
Yeah, and like you gotta have, president level of security. You're $1 million man, multi-million-dollar man, and you're going in and out of these spots. They gotta be on point. Like, you gotta have people inside, outside, people watching the car, like all of that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have a couple of your homeboys,
Right?
Ride around with you.
Right.
But it's just the environments that he particularly puts himself in, because he had, maybe, I don't know if he has to, but he does it. And we see the type of spots that he does.
Yeah. That's the bread and butter for him, though. That's where he's gonna get his money. So that's where he's gonna be at. So
yeah. So more power to Boosie. Let's move over to this one, man.